Hello, welcome. This is my favorite part if I get together with friends. It's like having a drink. I don't know, it helps me to relax a little bit.
It helps me to relax too. That's the only reason I drink.
Amazing.
To relax.
Oh, wow. Well, welcome. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you for coming to Wonderland Dialogues and talking with us. Thank you.
Let's see. And cheers.
Cheers. So I'm very excited about our guest today. We have Oscar Hernandez. He's the founder and designer behind Toribio, a luxury leather goods brand. He's actually Costa Rican, like me, and we're so proud of him because he's done so well and he's such an example of hard work and dedication. The dreams come true as well.
Yes.
So thank you for coming to Wonderland Dialogues on Whitney's Wonderland. We're so excited to have you here.
Well, thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for coming.
I hope everything goes well. I'm nervous. This is my first interview in English, so I will try to do my best.
Well, it's okay. I love your accent, so perfect.
Thank you.
I actually been meaning to introduce him to you guys ever since Fashion Week San Jose last year because I fell in love with the brand the minute I saw it. And here you'll get to learn more about Oscar, about Toribio, and hopefully get inspired. So let's begin at the beginning, Oscar. How did you get into fashion?
Well, it happens 2 years ago. I was going to a friend's birthday party in Chile. And, well, I was working a lot, going to school at the same time. And I didn't decide that if I was going or not. At the end, I said yes. So I have to put together 3 outfits for 3 different occasions for this party. And I didn't have anything. I didn't want to spend money on a tuxedo. Mm-hmm. So I searched in Costa Rica, where can I, create something nice. And I found this family in Santa Ana. I created these 3 pieces. And when I came back, Mr. Arce said to me, you should become a designer. Would you love to design? And I say, well, I would love to design, but I don't know how to sew. I would love to draw. I have a lot of ideas, but he's like, okay, I will introduce you to someone. And this is how I got to meet Manuel. Mm-hmm. And we started working together. At the beginning, I just designed a bag for me. Then we went with with 3 other designs.
So from the beginning, you started with bags,
yes,
accessories.
I always
clothes.
Yes, at the beginning it's always bags. I was inspired by totes, and yes, and I think it was a kind of need more than.
Yeah, you wanted a cool bag.
I want a cool bag designed by me. Yes, with everything I need at the time.
Yeah.
So we started doing this, and I said, you know what? I think this is very nice. This is very good, and we can create a company. I was thinking as an entrepreneur, never as a designer. Mm-hmm. So we started working together, and well, this is the beginning of the brand without a brand.
Agreed. So that's how it happened.
Exactly.
I absolutely love the concept and the name Toribio. How was that born, Toribio?
Well,
because that's not. I thought that was his name, Toribio, and then
I would love to.
Yeah, well, you should change it.
Yes, right.
Well, no, I love your name too.
Well, the thing is, okay, weeks went by, months went by, and when people start taking it seriously and they start seeing my designs and all bags and everything, they said to me, you need a brand, you need a name, you need a logo. And well, I was inspired all my life through somebody that was always by my side. You want to play music, you go ahead and learn music. You want to draw, go ahead and draw. So the brand is named after my father's. His name is Toribio, same as my grandfather. So,
that's so
I don't know, it's very nice. I think this is so easy for me to design all the time because I'm inspired by someone that I know and I'm in contact all the time.
Yeah, it becomes personal, something
Exactly.
that you actually love and something that you see in every bag. Every bag has that love there.
Yes.
Why don't you show us the name and the brand?
Yes, actually, I have one here. This was shown in Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week last year, and you can see it right here. This is the brand. Actually, the logo right now is the brand that was used for the farm. He registered the brand in 1958. Now I registered as a brand for fashion.
So what did your dad used to do?
He's he raised cattle for people and horses. This is we are country boys. And yes, this is his full name, Toribio Hernandez Fernandez. So this is something designed by him, now passing to me. and I love it. I love it that I can use it all the time.
I love the brand. The second I discovered the brand, I love that because it's so you. It's so personal to you. I can completely see the line. You know, you how you are, the things you like, the brand, the fact that it's so Costa Rican, that it's so raw, such good quality leather. It's incredible.
I think the good part about this is something so it's so naturally done, and the connection and the bounding between me and my work is so natural that it can relate to anyone, to any country. So
Yeah.
this is why people feel related all the time. Oh my God, it's your
Yeah.
father. Oh, it's your father's name. Oh, it's
Yeah.
the brand on the ranch. So people like it, and I don't know, I love it as well. I keep talking about my father all the time.
And it feels
I'm glad.
like, yeah, I love it. It doesn't feel like, oh, you created this fake branding and made it all like this. It's actually your life. You grew up seeing, you know, leather.
Yes. I always say something when people ask me about design. I always say that I'm designing just because I like to design. I'm telling a story through my design, and my story is Costa Rica. So it's something very easy to tell because I was born and raised here. So this is a story that I know very well.
So all these amazing high quality skills you've developed, the impeccable craftsmanship on your bags, did you develop these skills while you were at London College of Fashion? Because I read somewhere that you studied some courses there.
Well, yes. When we start doing this as an entrepreneur, and we actually start more into design, I felt the need of being guided by someone that really knows, and I applied to different universities, and London College of Fashion said yes to me. And the first course that I took, it was social media for fashion. Actually, it helped me
Really?
a lot to communicate
Interesting.
with Matthew Sorpas.
Oh wow.
And he's amazing. I love what he does, and I love how he communicates and
Yeah.
how he brands himself.
Yeah.
And well, that was one of the first courses, and then I went through other courses from fashion overseas, drawing, everything. I tried to take everything I could at the same time, and it was a great guidance. Actually, the city, it gave me a lot to
It's
think.
so inspiring,
Yes,
London.
everything
I
when
love
you
it.
walk, what you see around people, all the mix, all the culture, every corner offers you
What inspires you the most?
people,
London?
people, histories. I don't see just people. I see histories walking by me, and this is.
Oh, nice. I like that. History.
No, and this
walking
is,
by me.
or I have to say stories.
Stories.
I have to say stories walking by me.
Yeah.
And yes, I think just seeing people by is so empty and meaningless. So when you think, okay, maybe he's going this place, he's going there, she looks amazing, she's going to meet her boyfriend.
Do you make up stories?
So I
in
make
your
up
mind?
stories all the time.
You're in the gym walking,
what she
and
was
it's
thinking, or
sweaty,
what
and
he
you're
was
like,
thinking to wear that. So I have fun all the
It
time.
definitely makes it more fun.
Exactly.
Going in the tube.
Especially when you
like
travel
that.
alone, I was alone all the time, and I don't know, it makes
you're very
life
creative.
easy. Yeah, I can create stories all the time.
Fun.
Yes.
Oh, cool. Very cool. So you're a fan of London?
I am a fan of London. I am a fan of the streets, and a fan of the people. And well, you can find anything you want there. It's one of my favorite places in the world.
So do you go often? Do you go?
I try to go like once a year. I would
Oh,
like to go
good.
more often, but it's kind of far. And yes, the other place that inspired me the most is Costa Rica. It's the story I tell all the time. But
we share that. London
yeah,
and Costa Rica.
yeah, we share that London and Costa Rica, and I don't know. It's something about London. It's something about the people. It's something about everything. Sometimes I talk to people just having a beer in a
Yeah.
corner outside a bar, just to smell the old bars. I don't know.
There's
It's
just
just
so
amazing.
many people, so many things, so many people, so many places that you can get inspired by in London.
Exactly.
And then you come to Costa Rica and you got the culture as well and your people. So it's beautiful. I can see it in your bags or all the influences. But it's hard, like the accessibility that brands have in London, London-based brands. They have the big budget, sometimes big accessibility. How do you manage to provide excellence for your customers?
Well, that's kind of how in Costa Rica I try to explain everyone when we talk about materials and about designing, about details. Designing, being a designer is not just to know how to sew, how to draw. You have to think about everything. You have to
Yeah.
think about the needs. You have to think about what you want to communicate. You have to think how you want your brand to be seen.
Yeah.
And yes, the materials. I think I do my homework. I read a lot. I search a lot.
And you have the background as well with your father and your
exactly.
family.
Well, I use a mix of materials. I use Costa Rican leather. At the beginning, I was using leather from Guatemala and Mexico. And then I was introduced through London to the Italian and Spanish leather. So I use a lot of Italian leather. Also the hardware, all the zippers that I use in my bags, I try to use the best zippers I can find. I think that together with my design and how we make things, it just make my bags special.
Absolutely, absolutely. They're such great quality bags. I fell in love with them.
Yes. One of the posts that I use sometimes in Instagram on my bags is not just a bag. We talk design, and this is what we do.
Follow this guy. Gotta follow this guy. We'll leave the links below.
It's fun. It's fun. I think kind of spam a little bit,
I
but
follow
yes.
him everywhere: Instagram, Facebook, everything. Snapchat as well.
Yeah.
Snapchat is fun.
It's fun. Yeah, I'm getting into Snapchat now. Sometimes I get too crazy. I have to stop talking. But yes, okay, I like it.
I know what you mean. I'm a bit weird with Snapchat.
I'm a social media.
Spaces.
Yeah.
You're on my Snapchat. What? No. Yes, you are.
Yes.
So Oscar, I'm a huge fan of your bags, not only because they're obviously gorgeous and they'll stand the test of time, but also because they're so practical. I took one of your bags to the beach. I could wear it as a
backpack.
Yes. I could wear it as a tote, as a bag. Like, they're so practical. They have like hidden pockets and zips. Love that. Why don't you show us one of your
actually,
magical bags?
I don't know, maybe I have a crazy mind. I was thinking on needs and hiding things and everything. Actually, that's one from the collection.
Think about that. Not just pretty, but actually.
That's actually one from the collection Crudo. I create from that collection 2 bags at the beginning, one backpack and one tote. And then it's like, okay, this is simple.
Crudo means raw.
Raw, yes, exactly. And I was like, okay, tote and backpack. This is so common. What can I do that's something more, what can I create? And I came with this idea just using rope, so you change it and goes from tote to backpack and everything. And it's kind of fun. This is one of my bags that I designed for last year Fashion Week. And what I like about this bag is that this bag, besides all the secret packets and everything, it has a story to tell. This bag is designed after a saddle that is used on horses in the Pampa at north in Costa Rica, and it resembles to that saddle of that kind of that place. And yes, it has hidden pockets. Have zippers over here, and it's made with cavallino on top. And it has these other secret pockets over here. And this is Costa Rican leather, mixed
Beautiful.
with. So it's always something. Every time you open a bag, you discover something different. That you go inside and you find this fabric, with the stripes. So it's always something new about the bag. You never get bored, from the bag because it's always telling you something. You open it, oh my God, it's some color over there. It's some movement over there inside. So I like to think that way. I don't know. I guess I don't have a simple mind. I have a very complicated mind. It shows on my designs.
Well, I love your design, so I think you're doing very well. So Oscar, you are presenting at Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week San Jose.
Hope so.
We hope so. This video is going to be broadcasted right before Fashion Week, which I'm sure he's going to be at.
Let's be.
We're a bit in advance, like 2 months or so.
Okay.
But it's very exciting that you're presenting again. Tell us a bit about the collection.
Well, actually, this is my second time. Yes, I was invited last year by the organization to say my proposal, and it was amazing. At the beginning, say no. I felt I wasn't ready. It was too short of a time when I started doing this as a, and even that I have all the passion and all the love with designing, and I don't know. I was afraid of not presenting the right collection or I don't know.
I suppose that's a fear that every designer has,
Exactly.
especially the first
And
time.
it's a big step, from designing, from doing things to show you your pieces to all these people, and nobody knows who you are, and nobody knows, what you're doing and everything. It's kind of hard sometimes to get the word through and for the people to understand what you're trying to say also. So I think I did my best, and I'm happy with what I showed at the time. And this year, the collection, I don't know, the inspiration that I'm going for is always right here. It's always, I don't know, the story of the brand, the evolution of the brand. I'm not trying to research in anything beyond these boundaries. Maybe in the future I will evolve to something totally different, more conceptual maybe, I don't know. But right now the collection is called Equestre.
Okay.
And I am, the starting point or the visual piece that I'm using for inspiration is an old bag from my father, where he, is wear on use on horses, and taking that piece, and from that piece I'm creating a collection of accessories, and I don't know, it's very nice. It's very nice to play with the leather. It's very nice to combine that with fabrics and colors and different techniques.
So what can we expect to see new? What's your favorite piece of the collection?
I have many favorite pieces. I have many favorite pieces. I don't know. I'm going again with black. I like black. I don't know. I worked so many colors before. Maybe
it's very equestrian, like the collection.
Exactly.
So.
Maybe it's the tropics on me. I used to wear a lot of colors. Now I don't know. Now I like the black, but I'm bringing some color to my collection right now, using fabrics with a new technique that we're trying to develop. You have to sew like invisible sewing piece by piece to create a pattern, and I don't know. I'm bringing that or projecting that from my accessories, from my bags to the clothing. So I hope it works well. I'm very happy of how the proposal came out. Actually, I sent the proposal on Friday. I think they're reviewing proposals tomorrow. And I don't know, they will tell us probably next week.
Yeah.
And then the real stress starts when you have to start working under pressure.
Everything.
Yes.
So is this your favorite piece?
This is one of my favorite pieces, but there is more. But I want to keep the secret.
Okay. Well,
no, but this is more.
You'll probably see the secret revealed in a couple of days or so when fashion presents everything.
Exactly. This is another piece that is also, it's a resemblance to something that I grew up with. So I don't know. Something I'm going to show this year is girls. This is going to be the first time I really show, on a wrong way, men's clothing and girls' clothing. I want my girls to.
There's some really cool things coming on, guys. You're gonna love it.
Yeah.
There's a top that is like, I want it. I really do. And there's just one piece, so.
Yeah. So.
I'll save one. Sounds amazing. Do you still get nervous?
Lots. I don't know. I don't know. I love drama, baby. It's part of being a designer.
Yeah.
And yes, I get nervous. When you are designing and you're showing your collection, you're showing your designs, you're showing, I don't know, it's something you see in your mind and you translate that into a piece, and you appreciate it. Sometimes you're like, oh my God, that couldn't come out better. And you're always afraid that people is not going to understand, that people is not going to relate to the collection. I'm trying to be minimalistic somehow this time, and I hope people get it. I hope people like it.
I'm sure they will. I already saw some sneak peeks and it looks good. So Oscar, can I have more wine, please?
Yes, definitely. Already start with the sweets.
Yes, I can see. I can't wait. I'm gonna have the red velvet. That one looks good. Yummy. So, tell us, what has been the most challenging aspect of building a business? Because it's not just, oh yeah, I'm so creative, I'm inspired. Building a business, having the businessman mentality, it could actually be harder than being creative sometimes.
Yes. So, actually, the hardest part is not having a paycheck every week. No. Right now, I'm not having a paycheck every week. Before I used to work for a company, I used to get a paycheck every 2 weeks. I just have to hard work and that's it. Right now, I have to be creative. I have to design. I have to communicate well. I have to keep going all the time. I never stop thinking on what I'm doing next. And I have to be responsible. I have people with me working. So every month is like I have to survive and they have to survive. So making the money for it.
Yeah.
I think that's the hardest part.
Yeah,
and takes attention from your creativity side
as well.
Yeah.
So there are so many young people, students, people that are so inspired by you here in Costa Rica, around the world, people that want to break into the fashion industry. What advice would you give to them, whether they're in Costa Rica, in London, or anywhere else?
I think it's follow your dreams, no matter what. Follow your path, no matter what, and keep it clear. It's like we go to school. Like, if you are studying design, you go to schools. You you're being taught by someone with their own concept of visual arts, of fashion, or whatever they're doing. And sometimes you have to know that maybe you're not going to get the best grades through a school because maybe the person behind that desk doesn't like or doesn't understand what you're doing.
I know
Keep
exactly
it through.
what you mean.
Keep going. Work hard. Filter everything you're doing. Try to communicate well. Through yourself and through everyone is seeing what you're doing.
Yeah.
And maybe keeping that simple, it will make it happen.
I agree. Same thing happened to me sometimes. Costa Rican fashion is still fairly young, and you're in the industry. Where do you think the future of fashion in Costa Rica is going?
I think Costa Rican's fashion is evolving. We have magazines, we have events, San Jose Fashion Week, Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week, Guanacaste Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week. We have universities, working on fashion, working on design, not only on fashion, working on design, working with new ideas, with lots of young talent. And then we have all these youngsters, we have all these young people, full with ideas, filled with all this information through social media, through internet, and it's gonna evolve. We're gonna have a space. We're gonna find our space on the fashion industry, and we just have to be hungry for.
Finally, what is your go-to dinner party anecdote?
A picture.
A
picture. We have one of those friends that everyone loves, and we went to a dinner party with friends, and he took a picture of me, actually of us, and he has this thing that he used to do it all the time. He tags you on a picture. Of course, he looks amazing, and you were making that you were gagging or something weird. And I see my picture, and I look amazing. I look my picture over and over. It's like, oh my God, I look very good. My profile looks amazing. I saw it closely, and he gave me a nose job. I call him, Paulo, my nose looks different. It looks amazing. And he's like, you know what, honey? I think you should think about doing a nose job because you need it. I was like, oh my God. So this is like, I don't know. I love him.
Very subtle of him.
But I will keep it this way. I think my nose and everything is part of the brand. So
Exactly. It's just part of the brand. I think your nose is fine. Oh, what's your friend's name?
Pablo.
Come on, Pablo.
He will see this now. He will laugh.
He will see that, Pablo. We're thinking of you.
He's amazing. He's an amazing friend. Yes.
Oh.
Every time I'm sad or I feel, I don't know, whatever, I call Pablo. I need his.
And he just
his,
tells
I
you
need
just
a doses
all
of
you
Pablo.
need is to get a nose job, and
Yes.
then your life will be perfect. Awesome. Oh, well, it was amazing having you here. Now we're gonna eat some cake.
I eat already mine. Well, at least the top.
It is leche pinito.
You see? Amazing. That's why I
So
love
leche
it.
pinito is like
Powdered milk.
powdered milk in Costa Rica, and this is how they're doing this bit.
Exactly.
And it's way better. We should introduce leche pinito
Franchise
to
this in London.
Leche pinito, London people. That's the one. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers. Pleasure.
Butter?
No, right now, coming.